One of the chattest characters to ever hit the anime screens has to be Lancer from Fate's Day Night. When one of my friends watched him, he immediately broke up with his girlfriend and came out of closet. It was a real incident. I was at the ground zero. Master, why were you at the ground zero? What do you mean by that? I was the girlfriend. Huh? How does that even work? Anyways, Fate take their heroic spirit from real life legends or mythological heroes, and this particular chat is based upon the biggest chat the island has ever seen. Cuchulainn, the Hound of Ulster. The birth of Cuchulainn was a miraculous event. Long, long ago, the legendary king of Ulster, Conor MacNessa, decided to go on a royal hunt with his retinue. His shelter being his sister, Diactine, which, first of all, very based. As someone with a lot of sisters who were always bossing me around, I approve. Coming back to the story, during this hunt for magical birds, the King Conor along with his retinue get trapped in a blizzard. All hope was lost and a tragedy was almost sure to happen. But then suddenly, as if the gods themselves have intervened, they spot a house in the distance. The Ulstermen, desperate and doing their best to not die, ask for shelter, which the host graciously provides. But he has one simple request. His wife was pregnant and he needed some help to deliver the baby. And for that, host would specifically ask for Diactine. Weird. Diactine, never to say no, steps up as the lady of the house goes into labor and assists at the birth of the baby boy. Foreshadowing. Seeing that the birth was a success, host gracefully thanks everyone and gave a feast for all attending. But the next morning, something strange happens. Something very, very strange. The Ulstermen, when they wake up, find themselves at a mound named Bergnaboinne instead of the house they were at last night. In fact, the house, alongside with all of its occupants, had disappeared in the thin air and nothing was left behind except the newborn baby. Diactine takes the pity of the child and decides to take him home with her. But he wouldn't live long, as soon the kid would fall ill and die. Then again something strange happens. The night of the death of the kid, the god Liu, yes, the same Liu who was the grandson of Fuzzy Ball of Destruction, Balor, Masa, would appear to Diactine and reveal to her that it was he who was their host on the night of Blizzard. Weird time to reveal yourself, Liu, but okay. He goes on to further reveal that he has put his child in her... womb? What the actual fuck? And then he had the audacity to declare that the child would be known as Siddhanta. Liu, my dude, we need to talk. First, do you know about this term, consent? And second, coming back to the story, the whole situation would turn scandalous as Diactine was supposed to marry this dude. I'm not gonna attempt to pronounce his name. His name's looks intimidating and I'm not gonna butcher it. Now pregnant, Diactine has to take some harsh decisions as the scandal seemed to affect not only her but also his brother, the King Conor, who the other Ulstermen suspect to be the real father. So the Chad Diactine decides to abort the child and get married to his fiancée, as act of abortion makes her a virgin all over again. Listen, I don't know the logistic of how it works, but hey, the whole situation was already stacked up against her, so I'm not gonna ask her any questions on that. Later, she would give birth to a healthy baby boy, whom Diactine would name Siddhanta. And so our future hero came into this world, but he was not known as Cuchulainn. Not yet, but he has yet to earn that name. Our little Siddhanta was always a little too bold for his age, never bowing down to anyone's authority, and most importantly, always up for a challenge. He would often fight boys older than him, be it in the brawls or in the game of hurling. Master, yes, familiar? What is hurling? Hurling is... Just say you don't know, it's fine. Hurling is outdoor game where the objective is to use an ashwood stick called a hurley to hit a ball between the opponent's goalpost for either 1 or 3 points. So it's like hockey, master. Don't say such blasphemous things unless you want angry Irish people burning your house or something. Also, if you know about this sport, please tell us more in the comment section. Coming back to the story. One day, King Conor was invited by Culann, the smith, for a magnificent feast. On his way to attend this feast, the king spots little Setanta playing hurling with other boys in the field. Seeing our little prodigy demolish boys double his age, the king is so impressed that he invites the little Setanta to join him for the feast. Ever the child, the boy promises him that he will join him as soon as he finishes his game. Amused, the king says, "Sure boy," and goes on his merry way. When he reaches at the feast, his host graciously welcomes him and asks if anyone else will be coming late, to which king replies, forgetting that he has asked Setanta to join him, "I don't know, bro, probably not." And so as to guard and protect the house during the feast, Culann releases his ferocious hound. That's a relief. Now the attendees can eat and enjoy their time in peace. Master, what's up, familiar? We do have one more person to arrive. Huh? Who? Setanta, master. And there he was. Setanta arrives to the feast after finishing his game. No sooner the hound had spotted him, it growled and lunged toward the kid. Even though a bit surprised at first by this sudden aggression by the hound, Setanta effortlessly dodges the devil's attacks. Trying not to hurt it, he keeps backing off, dodging the hound until he gets backed against a massive rock. Seeing him cornered, the hound goes for the killing blow. Setanta holds his jaws apart with his bare hands, and in an act of self-defense, he smashes the head of the hound against the rock. Hearing the commotion, the attendees come out rushing. Seeing his dead hound, Culann the smith is devastated. So our little boy wonder promises him that he himself will guard Culann's house until a suitable replacement is reared. And thus, from that day onward, he was known by a new name, Culann's Hound, or Cuchulainn. Now known as Cuchulainn, and ever ambitious and dying to leave a mark on the world, one day our future hero overhears the druid Cathabad teach his pupils about the different auspicious days. One of the students asks the druid, "Sensei, what is today auspicious for?" To which Cathabad proclaims that any warrior who takes arms today will have an everlasting fame. Hearing this, our boy wonder of age 7 gets all excited, cause you see, this was his destiny. The fame, it was meant for him. So he goes straight to the King Conor and asks for arms. Amused by his request, the king asks his smith to provide the young boy with arms of his own choice. But no matter what weapon Ku tries, be it sword, spears, bows, they all break, unable to withstand his formidable strength. Impressed by his yet another tremendous abilities, the king says, "Frick it," and gives him his own weapon. But as Ku was in the process of getting those weapons, Cathabad arrives. But he has not completed his prophecy. Yes, any warrior who bears arms on that day is sure to have an everlasting fame, but his life would be cut short. So join us for the part 2, where I will tell you the tale of our hero as he defends Ulster, gains his Rystad, ends up killing his son, and ultimately perishes. Also, I plan to stream on twitch.tv/AlvinGrim. Special thanks to all those beautiful people who are already following me there. Remember, the first stream has not happened yet. Join me there as we plan to do some epic shit over there. See ya all, and remember to ask for consent before deciding to give a woman a divine baby. Don't be like Liu, cause Liu is a dumbass.